Hello and welcome. We are the original, official, A Body Like Bruce Lee YouTube channel. Today we are bringing you several magazines and books that we have come across in the public domain, public access. No copyright infringement or breach was intentional. This magazine we're bringing to you is titled Knowing Is Not Enough, the official newsletter of Chun Fan Jeet Kune Do, which came out in fall 1997, volume 1, number 3. And it has subjects: Bruce Lee fights on for stamp of approval, interview Ted Wong, a letter from Bruce Lee, the wisdom of Bruce Lee, the artist and horse, and so forth. If you like this particular video, give us a like, subscribe to our channel, and add your comments, then share this video and all our other videos with all those you know. Inside, in the editorial, it says Bruce Lee fights on for stamps of approval. Elvis Presley has one. Bogey, or Humphrey Bogart, the actor, has one. Marilyn Monroe has one. James Dean has one. Even Bugs Bunny has one. Now, admirers of the late martial arts legend and international screen idol Bruce Lee want him to have one also. No, it's not a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Lee already has his. It is a form of recognition bestowed upon someone by a branch of the federal government, a United States postage stamp. And the driving force behind a Bruce Lee postage stamp is none other than his widow, Linda Lee Cadwell. The fact is that he was a Chinese American and brought pride to the Chinese, says Cadwell. He gave Americans the opportunity to be exposed to the Chinese culture, which is what he sought to do through his films. Cadwell, Lee's widow, also notes that the United States has never so honoured an American of Asian heritage, yet like Presley, Monroe and Dean, whose celluloid preserved images live on and inspire later generations, Bruce Lee's charisma and mystique still have a prolonged impact, or profound impact, on the present day that equals that of his late Hollywood peers. Furthermore, it was Bruce who, more than any other Asian movies, literally kicked down the West notion of the weak, submissive, and, in the case of Asian men, emasculated Oriental. Bruce Lee was the first Asian superstar to bridge the chasm between East and West and to give lie to the demeaning stereotypes represented on film and television by such Chinese figures as Charlie Chan and Dr. Fu Manchu. State's Attorney Jerome E. Weinstein, who submitted the stamp proposal to the United States Stamp Committee. It is a measure of what Bruce achieved that he managed to destroy that ancient and prejudiced image and instead ultimately projected an image of a Chinese who, for once, was not only a hero, but one with whom Western audiences could identify. And there's some more on the right hand page. The Knowing Is Not Enough interview this month, Ted Wong. Ted Wong probably spent more time with Bruce Lee during the development of his art Jeet Kune Do than any other individual presently living. More importantly, the two men became great friends, and more often than not, what little spare time they had was spent on each other's company. Ted received certification in Jeet Kune Do direct from Bruce Lee himself, and was Bruce Lee's last private student. In looking at Bruce Lee's daytime diary for this year 1967, we see, or one sees, that Ted Wong was first invited to Bruce's home on April 20th of that year. This would prove to be, in the words of Humphrey Bogart, the beginning of a beautiful friendship that would endure up until Bruce Lee passed away on July 20th, 1973. For years, Ted Wong has taught privately, usually to only a handful of dedicated individuals who would make the trip to his home in Monterey Park, California, to train in Ted's backyard. He is a humble man, a dedicated man, and a man fiercely loyal to Bruce Lee in terms of both the art he taught and the message he communicated. Linda Lee Caldwell recollects that Ted's teaching is perhaps the purest strain of her late husband's art, and is quick to seek Ted's counsel on matters pertaining to the technical aspects of Jeet Kune Do. Ted Wong is also, as with all of Bruce's closest friends, the most decent of human beings. Time and again he has foregone payment at seminars and even gone into his own pocket in an effort to help spread the teachings of his Shifu Bruce Lee. In this day and age, such altruism is considered shocking. When Ted speaks, he speaks with the art of unimpeachable authority, and where knowing is not enough, I'm very pleased to be able to present his in-depth interview with Ted Wong to our readers and members of Jeet Kune Do, and that's from John Little, author. And there's some pictures here of Bruce Lee in his day teaching his students. It was at this official opening of the Los Angeles Chinatown branch of the Chun Fan Institute that Ted Wong, right foreground, back to camera, first got his chance to meet Bruce Lee, background lecturing. Maybe he's this guy here. Some more stills of Bruce Lee from Game of Death, Enter the Dragon with Lau, and here he is training probably with Ted Wong. Here's some even more pictures of Bruce and Ted Wong and Raymond Hong talking. Here's this grave next to Brandon's, or Brandon next to him. It's like Linda and Bruce Lee at some sort of dinner, and there was Shannon when she was younger. She was studying Jeet Kune Do under her Shifu Ted Wong's watchful eye. And here is a letter from Bruce Lee to James Lee, probably no relation. And there's some examples, probably find one of his books, and there's the envelope. The Wisdom of Bruce Lee, Artist and the Horse, as related by Steve Golden. Ask the Nucleus. Part of the magazine, you're guessing. cutting edge conditioning, data on health and nutrition culled from the world of science. Bruce Lee doing his infamous thumb press-ups. Property of Bruce Lee, excerpts from the Bruce Lee Library by John Little. This month, The Art of War, the book by Sun Tzu, translated by Samuel B. Griffith, probably a really good one to read. Here's some stills from Enter the Dragon. The on-guard position was considered a deceptive stance by Bruce Lee, allowing him perfect balance and mobility in which to execute techniques in a non-telegraphic manner. Having offered the enemy a ball to lure him, Bruce rushes in to finish off his adversary during a real fight with an extra that broke out on the set of Enter the Dragon. So there's real footage here. This guy thought he was tough, tried to take him on, and he lost by the looks of it. Yeah, a real fight with an extra that broke out on the set of Enter the Dragon. This might be that guy that was up on the wall and was getting smart. So Bruce Lee came down and showed him a thing or two, and then he corrects the guy, says, you should add more hip to your movement or something like that. Because he was constantly being challenged right on the set. The consequences of engaging in combat with a man who was centered both mentally and physically. Bruce's adversary recoils from a kick to his feet. His feet actually being lifted off the ground, while Bruce proves the validity of delivering an attack with supernatural speed. This basically took this guy, hit this guy and he went off his feet, up off the ground, right? Probably some sort of sweep. So he did have a real life fight with a real life person on set. There's some more information there on Jeet Kune Do. Another quick look at it. We can leave the link to this particular magazine so you can read it for yourself. Enlarge it, zoom in and read it for yourself. Remember, if you found this video interesting, you really liked it, give us a like. Subscribe to our channel, add your comments below the video, and then go share this particular video with all your family, friends and others.